What is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys is I am going to be discussing some sneakers that might not be bad holds right now. I mean, I know in the market right now it's not a great time to hold a lot of shoes. It's actually a good time to buy if you're just, a collector. So I'm gonna get into it. Some shoes right here that I think you could put away in the inventory and they'll still be worth a bit more than what you paid on them, or a lot more than what you paid on them in the future, because they're good models and people still want them. So we'll get into it. If you guys want more content like this though, feel free to check my Instagrams, any of that. You guys can't, again, subscribe and like for more. Let's try to hit 200 likes on this video. And do not forget, if you guys want to source more sneakers for less, check us out down below at HYPELABS. Join that waitlist. You'll get in within 24 hours. On the market type booth SBs recently, you guys can see some of the recent prices we've had in those 10.5s, retail dunk lows, 11s at 200. So if this is the type of stuff you're interested in, and those are all at like 250 plus. We also did some Travis Scott Golfs yesterday, $100 under market, and you can see some of the recent SBs we've done under market as well. I dropped a method yesterday to get members Prados for $150 per. So I mean, stuff like that, you know what I mean? Always showing you guys how to source for less. So don't miss out. Get in that wait list and you'll start cooking with us. I hope to see you guys there. And we have a giveaway for a type booth SB very soon. So again, if you want to win a free pair of these, do not miss out and get in that wait list and you will be eligible. And you'll get the under market deals, all that too. So I hope y'all will enjoy. And let's get started. So the first one I want to get into right here, probably one of the easiest ones to call. These have already risen a good amount, is the Jordan 4 SB. Any of these, I feel like you can probably buy and just forget about. It's the first of a series. I know there's going to be more Jordan 4 SBs. There's no way Nike doesn't see the opportunity with this sneaker. They dropped a ton of retail pairs. I think like 2 or 3 retail drops, and these are still, look at the current prices on these. I mean, this is the shoe that I've still been looking for, my size 9. I'm like, okay, do I need a 9 or 9.5? And I look at the price difference. I'm like, you know what? I'll just squeeze into a 9. That's how it is sometimes, But really, this is one of those sneakers that I think is just going to age very, very well. The main reason I think it's going to age so well is just because of its uniqueness. The fact that, again, there has not been a Jordan 4 like this before. And this shoe is extremely, and when I say this, extremely limited in the bigger sizes. Hence why the big sizes are so expensive. I had 2 size 13s. I sold them for $380 per back then. I regret that. I mean, look at the current prices. Yeah, I mean, I definitely regret selling those for below $400. But I should have known that, again, anything SB bigger size is lower stock. So any of these SBs coming up, right, like the Power Puffs, Aprils, go for 11 plus. Anything 11 plus tends to be the money, or 10 and a half plus. In the future, a few months down the line, once people have sold their pairs off, it gets very, very hard to find bigger sizes. So that's just, what I would do for this one. I'd personally target the bigger sizes because those are the ones I could continue to see making progress. But in this situation, you guys can see we have prices that are all the way from $310 all the way to $700 in size 14. So the range of prices is all over the place. Basically, the bigger size you have, the more you're making on that sneaker. However, one thing I want to mention about this, I will say, I think it's not a bad idea to go for like 8 through 10 on these also, because again, they are the ones that are lower in price. So they are the ones that could make more progress in the future. So again, if you don't have pairs of these already, I feel like now is a bit of a time that it's a bit high to buy in per se, but this is one that if you have it already, congrats, good job, keep holding it, because this is one of those sneakers I see making consistent progress in the future. It's a very in-demand model, probably the sneaker of the year from this year, or at least one of them. Definitely top 3. I mean, I feel like we can agree on that at least. So again, SB4, great sneaker, huge release, and just a lot behind it. It's going to age really well. Like, people are going to remember this shoe, and that's the main reason I'm saying this. Also, pine green colorway, you cannot go wrong with that. So definitely hoping I'm able to get a pair of these soon, because it's probably one of the last ones right now I'd want in my collection. But aside from this, another one I want to get into is the Albano and Prado SB Dunk Low. Man, I have discussed this one a few times, but the main reason I'm mentioning this right now is because, again, not many SBs. When do you see an SB collaboration, right? Just not like a, normal, one colorway SB like Gray Gums or something like that, right? Gray Gums are actually more expensive than these in some sizes. Yes, the Gray Gum SB Dunk Low, just the all gray one, no like special details or nothing. That just kind of lets you know that these are undervalued at the moment, when there's some very basic SB colorways and dunk colorways that go for more than the sneaker. There's a lot more to the shoe. It's a nice canvas material. There's some great suede on it. You can cut it away, and it kind of reveals different colors. 6 different laces for jiu-jitsu belts. Comes in unique bags. So like the box, the regular box pair is already kind of like a special one a little bit. I mean, I might just be, saying that to like hype it up a bit. But, in terms of the shoe, I do feel like the prices are a bit low for it, especially especially in those bigger sizes. I've been buying up bigger sizes of these because there's never really many times where SBs like this go for a lower price. I'm going to be real. Normally an SB collaboration like this would go for $300. The main reason for it is because it'd be very limited. And this was a very limited one. On sneakers in the US, they dropped 19K pairs. So I'm just seeing this right now and I'm like, man, people are undercutting to death. That's all that's happening, because 6 months from now, 12 months from now, this pair is going to be very expensive. It's going to be a lot harder to find because SBs just don't have a lot of stock, and as more continue to sell through apps, there's going to be less people with pairs. So I just been holding on to a few of these. I think you guys should too. It's a really good collaboration, very undervalued. Reminds me a little bit of the Why So Sad when it was at like 160, 170. I remember when the Why So Sads were that low, and I was like, man, this is a super clean SB. Icy soles, dark blue suede, kind of a light blue tint on kind of the center portion of the sneaker, and then the see-through sole as well. I mean, there was just a lot to that shoe. So this one reminds me of that a little bit, where there's a lot to the sneaker, and I'm like, man, it's kind of a little bit looked over, but we'll see. And it's also on an SB, and SBs are hype right now, so that's just one of the main reasons I'm saying that. So aside from that, a final one I will mention is going to be the Yeezy Onyx Slide. Man, I've mentioned this in past videos, but now is a great time to buy the Onyx. I mean, the prices have dipped. A lot of people have dropped the size 9, as you can see, and size 8, but also the bigger sizes are not bad as well. If you're able to find some pairs, maybe for around 150, 160-ish, that would be ideal. And of course, paying an 8 and 9 a little bit less would also be good. But this is a sneaker that, again, these slides used to be $250. Do I see them returning to that point? It'll take some time because, again, the hype for Yeezy slides is not the same as it was in 2021 or over COVID. It's not the same as it was then. Simple fact. But right now, this is still probably one of the more popular selling ones. 500 sales in 3 days. I always see that with the slide. This slide always has 500 sales in 3 days. There's no way StockX hasn't been passing some fake pairs of these. That's also something I want to say. Don't go through StockX to buy these, because there's always tons of these selling. So unless they have the authentication down like to a T, there's probably a couple Onyx, going through StockX that aren't good, but most probably are fine. Again, with these apps like StockX, things like that, they usually get most things right. I will say that StockX usually gets most things right, but they will mess up sometimes. So that's just fair and safe. But looking at this one right here, again, 120 to like 190-ish right now. Again, the size is like 14. These are like almost impossible to find, but you'll be able to find like 7 through 13. Realistically, those would be the ones I would target for this, and these I could see heading to probably like 220, 240. However, it would probably take about 6 to 12 months, but there isn't any more restocks on the way for anything Yeezy. Yeezy is done from what we know right now, and especially Kanye. I see like, some of the recent music he's has coming up has been on Twitter. Hearing it, it's, hilarious, but it's like yeah, that's not gonna help. It's not gonna help the Adidas deal per se, right? But it's Kanye being Kanye, so like, yeah, there we go. But I don't think we got there's not much Yeezy on the way left. I think it'll be like independent Kanye stuff, which would be very cool to see. That'll be good for the sneaker game. But aside from that, there is a few pairs of kicks I want to mention. I think these are all good holds, mainly collaborations and ones that just are more memorable. Like that's what I'm trying to go with. Like the sneakers that people will look at in like 2-3 years and be like, oh yeah, I had a pair of those. Oh yeah, I remember those. That was I actually went for that drop. Things like that. Those are the types of shoes you want to go for, where it's memorable, and all of these are memorable. Excuse me. Wow, that made no sense. But I can remember all of these. Is what, like, in a few years, I'd be like, I remember that. You know what I mean? So there's some shoes where you hear them in a few years later, and you're like, I do not remember that at all. But you were there for the drop. So that's it. But if you guys want more content like this, feel free to, again, join our waitlist down below. Start cooking more undermarket kicks with us. Again, if y'all missing out, don't miss out anymore, right? We got the SB giveaway on the way. We have a 350 bonus right now in the group. So if you actually join, you can make 350. Like, there's a very simple way to do it. It's just like a bonus, and I'll show you guys how to get that once you're in. So if you want to learn how to do any of that, start sourcing more sneakers, get better deals, learn how to buy. I mean, it is all right here. So don't miss out, guys. I hope to see y'all there. We will get you in within 24 hours. You can check my Instagrams if you want to buy kicks off me, anything like that, source pairs, stuff like that. I do most of the sourcing in the group, so if you want to like source sneakers and like level up your resale game, join that waitlist below and I will get you in ASAP. And yeah, that is pretty much everything I need to say. So follow my Twitter, any of that down below if y'all want to. And yeah, I'm gonna end that screen recording. So I'm T. Thank you guys. Let me know what shoes you were holding right now while the market is down. I do think the market is kind of in the toilet at the moment, but this is one thing I will say, which is kind of a reason I'm not fully complaining right now, right? With the market at the moment, a lot of the, how would I put it? A lot of the Timmies are gone, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like the people that would be flipping, like, long term, they're gone. So that's kind of nice. But I will say this, you got to be very careful about what you target. Right now with the market, basically, it's just you have to target certain stuff. It's just you can't go for everything like you used to be able to. Like over COVID, you could go for a ton of different models, pretty much everything, and it would flip. Right now, that's not the case. So just got to take it like that. It's not the end of the world. I'm T, and I'll catch y'all on the next one, though. Peace.